Hey everyone, what's up? This is Andrew with the Loam, and today I am here with the new Eminent ONSET. This is Eminent's first 29er. You may remember the Haste, which was their original 27.5 bike. This is a new development for them, and we were excited to actually go down to their headquarters and check it out. Jeff, the owner, is intimately involved with the process of making these bikes. He came from an automotive background and applies that same level of methodical attention to detail and organizational structure to creating a bike. When he founded Eminent, his main goal was to make a bike that balanced value, performance, and looks. He felt frustrated with the current, design of bikes when he was starting. They were basically just two triangles at a round tube, kind of utilitarian and, designed around a suspension design. So he wanted to employ more of an industrial design approach, have a bike that actually looked really, really good, and employ a better buying experience. So everything from the experience of buying consumer direct on the site to having a box opening experience that was more like an Apple product, where the box itself was really well designed, the bike was well packaged, there was minimal assembly, and something that just gave a better user experience. So that was kind of where Eminent was born. And they've been around for a little over 5 years, so they've grown and matured as a company, and this was their next venture. So this bike is either a 120 or 140 rear end, and you can run up to a 160 front fork. The geo numbers and all the technical stuff will be on the site, but I wanted to focus this video more on ride impressions that we had on this bike. So we've only had it for a couple of weeks now, but immediately the first thing we noticed hopping on this bike was the stiffness of the frame. The square tubing was actually something that was intended to be more of a, a design thing, visual appearance, but in reality what it does is actually create a really stiff frame. It's also just stout, thick tubing, unidirectional carbon fiber layup that all contributes to a very stiff rear end. And that translates into the ride with incredible snappiness and responsiveness in corners. This bike is also very efficient pedaling. It transfers power directly to the ground. That is attributed partially to the stiffness of the frame and partially to the suspension design. Their AFS suspension design is unique to them. It's still a 4-bar system, similar to what a car has with an upper lower control arm. But they've worked really hard to tune it, and this is actually a different tune than the Haste. So it has less rearward axle path, and it has a little bit more anti-squat for better pedaling characteristics, and that definitely transfers and makes sense for a bike that is in the 120 category. Another area that we thought this bike really excelled was just the rear suspension design itself. It does a great job of climbing, but also descending. It has really, really good sensitivity, especially with successive hits. That's an area where weaker designs will struggle, and the AFS suspension does not struggle there. It does a great job, even with only 120 mils of travel. We were riding some pretty gnarly technical trails around us in Southern California that are very rocky. Oh yeah, we're really impressed with this bike. We're excited to get more time on it and actually get a thorough long-term review. But right away we can tell it's promising. There's a lot of smaller niche brands that are popping up, and what they present to customers is a more personalized experience when buying your bike. You can talk to Jeff, the owner, you can ask him questions. Even though there are now 3 builds and 3 sizes on the site, you can also play with it a little bit more. The other interesting thing is that the 140 version of this bike and the 120 employ the same frame. It's just a different shock length and shock yoke, so you can actually swap those out if you wanted to and get a different fork, and suddenly you have a 140 and 120 bike in one frame. It's a cool thing to work with these smaller niche brands, and we really like working with small companies. So we're excited to get more time on this bike, and yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you want, there is more on our website. Go check it out. We have all the geo charts, technical details, build sheets, pricing, everything else there. So go give that a look, and thanks so much for watching.